The Greensboro Grasshoppers continue to rake. They continue. I think at this point, no team has scored more runs in minor league baseball than the Greensboro Grasshoppers to date. So I think it's pretty safe to say that when you go back and look at the previous week when we do these updates, there's a good chance that you're probably going to see a Grasshopper in here. And last week against Bowling Green, there was no different. Sammy Stafura stays super hot. He's been hitting really well lately. He takes home South Atlantic League Player of the Week for the 5 games he played. Hit 542, 500, over 1,000 slug, 11 runs, 3 doubles, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. He had a multi-hit game every game that he played, and Saturday was the only one where he didn't record an extra base hit. He's in the midst of a 23-game on-base streak. That's going back to the beginning of June. That's going back to when he was rehabbing with Bradenton. So, fantastic run he's been on. For as bad of a start to the season he's had, he's just completely shifted gears, batting out of the leadoff spot, and just overall looking like a completely different hitter. I don't know whether it was a case of him pressing a little too hard, or if it was, the injury kind of slowed him down. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, it's clear he's looking past it right now, because it's just like automatic at this point. He's homered in 4 straight games. The sheer amount of times that 16 RBIs in a single week is just absurd. Playing only in 5 games, that is 3 RBIs a game that he averaged. So he had 3 in the first, RBIs of 3, 5, 4, 2, and 2. So he actually technically slowed down towards the end of the week, but he still managed to multi RBIs in every game that he played. Like I said, he homered the first 4 games that he played in the series. He homered in 5 of 6, 5 of 7 if you count the last game on July 4th. He didn't play on Sunday. Just a fantastic run that he's on, and he's hitting. Like I said, he got off to a really slow start, and he's got his OPS up towards 900. It's at 870 right now. He has an OPS at 938 with Greensboro, which compared to 632 with Bradenton while he was kind of like rehabbing. There's some home road splits that are kind of, obviously some of that's going to be mixed in with Bradenton. It'd be kind of interesting to see what his numbers are just in Greensboro. But regardless, he's mashing. He got recognized for how well he did. And a shout out to Murph Gray. Murph Gray was named the South Atlantic League Player of the Month as well. So, like I said, any given night, Greensboro looks like they're capable of putting up 20 runs, and they've done that a couple times. I think it should be noted that the South Atlantic League is seeing an insane amount of home runs at this point. They've already hit over 100 more home runs than they did last year all season. So they haven't even reached the All-Star break yet, and they've already hit 100 more home runs as a league than they did the previous year. So something to kind of take into account when you're looking at some of these home run totals, because like Murph Gray has 13, 14 in like 30, 40 games. Johnny Severino's at 19 total. A couple Eastern Carmichael's at 12. What is it? Plaz is double digits, even though he missed some time. So lots of home runs. And it's not just the Grasshoppers too. It's league wide, and it looks like it's everywhere too. I looked at the minor league affiliates, and they all kind of each of their leagues, and it looks like they're all trending to see an increase in home runs. But that's a topic for another day. We're just highlighting some of the top players from the previous week. Shifting over to some pitching, a couple highlights. Antoine Kelly pitched out of the bullpen, pitched the continuation part of a game that was suspended on Friday and then picked up again on Saturday. 6 shutout innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Not a lot of strikeouts, but and also the fastball velocity was down a little bit. But picked up had a 50% whiff rate with the splitter. Picked up a couple whiffs with the sweeper. Picked up a couple whiffs with the fastball, and looked good out of the bullpen. And 6 shutout. You can't argue those results. Hiker Garcia pitched for Bradenton. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, a walk, 8 strikeouts. First time that he's gone 5 innings, completed 5 innings since 2024, and it's just the 3rd time overall. He did it twice that year. The 8 strikeouts are also a career high for him. 13 whiffs, not on the fastball. That fastball average just a tad under 95. Gets some good life on it. Interesting pitcher. I probably want to go. Seems like a guy that I kind of want to go more in depth on to kind of get a little bit more of a feel on, because my live view, he pitched fairly good for the first couple innings, started to wear down, you could tell, but obviously they're clearly trying to stretch him out. He pitched out of the bullpen all year last year, so now he's up to 5 innings. Another Bradenton pitcher, Reno Navarro, he's pitching out of this world right now, and I know the walks are still high. He walked 3 over 5 innings, struck out 8, 5 shutout innings. Didn't put up insane whiff numbers with the fastball, only 6 and 19, which is that's low for him. It's 32%. He's missing bats at almost a 50% clip with the fastball this year. The slider, he got 4 whiffs on 9 swings, so it's playing up a little bit more. The whiff numbers on the secondary stuff isn't great right now, but it's good to see what the fastball kind of didn't quite get the kind of miss that he usually does. He had another pitch that kind of picked it up. Got a lot of called strikes with it too. Right at a 40% called strike plus whiff rate with both the fastball and slider. So obviously with him, that's kind of the big thing. Was it May 8th? That's the last time. May 8th, the last time that he allowed more than 1 earned run in the start. It's all been 0 or 1 since then. Like I said, that's just absolutely insane. Posted a 1 ERA in June. It's just been unreal, and then already off to a great start. Sorry. All right. Couple more pitchers. Matt Ager, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walkover, 5 innings pitched. It's stuff that isn't really wowing, especially as a starter. Kind of feel like maybe he's a multi-inning guy. That's probably the best use to the skill set. But like I said with Kelly, you can't argue results, especially in the upper levels. So 7 shutout, especially for a guy who struggled the previous year, missed the first part of the season. He's really coming along up there in Double-A. Jacob Bimby pitched twice, 4 innings pitched, 2 runs, an unearned run, 2 walks, 5 hits. He has his moments in the bullpen, lefty guy, late inning situations. Carlson Reed, it looks like they've shifted him to the bullpen. That's going to be something I'm going to want to go into depth a little bit more at some point. He pitched twice, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. All the 5 of those strikeouts came in the first game of the week when he pitched 2 innings. He pitched 1 inning on Sunday and didn't strike anybody out. Over on the hitting side, a lot more guys to kind of go through. The hitting's definitely kind of outweighing the pitching, it feels like. But Callum Moss for Double-A Altoona, they played against Portland. He hit 440, 462, 640 with 3 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, 6 RBI. He crossed the 20 double plateau already. He hit 31 last year, so it seems like he's on a pretty good pace to where he should be able to pass that. Not a lot of over the fence power, but he can drive the ball clearly, at least like get some gap power and stuff like that. So he's been one of the guys like this. Everyone on Altoona started real slow, but now it kind of seems like they're starting to piece things together again at this point. Axial Plaz, I think you'll always have some sort of Greensboro hitter in one of these, just because offense insane right now. 429, 500, 619, 2 doubles, a home run, 9 RBI. He, of all the players active that qualify and are active in High A in the South Atlantic League, Plaz has the best batting average. So we know the power's there. Easy, very easy power. But he's showing a great field to hit as well. Antonio Pimentel, playing for Bradenton, he's been on a very under the radar, very solid stretch here. Got off to a rough start, made the jump stateside, completely skipped over the complex league. Probably more has to do with the age. He's 20, was older in the DSL. Starting to get things going. He hit 308, 333, 538 with 4 doubles and a triple. That much over the fence power, but he's obviously driving the ball enough to work in some extra base hits. A couple other hitters real quick. Titus Demetriou, 400, 444, 680, 4 runs, a double, 2 home runs, 7 RBI. Jack Brannigan, his first week in AAA, he went 5 for 19 with 2 home runs, one of them being a grand slam, and then he had 6 walks compared to 3 strikeouts. Tamar, he missed a couple games. He took a foul ball to like the foot ankle area, left the game, looked like he missed a day or 2, was back. So he only played in 4 games last week, but he went 5 for 12 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and then 5 walks compared to 2 strikeouts. Richard Ramirez, he went 8 for 26, hit 308, 357, 615 with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Really starting to get into his power more. There's still some swing and miss issues, but it's above average to plus raw power, and he's starting to make a little bit more contact to where it's starting to play in games a little bit more. Circling over to our new top 10. This is the first update that I've done since we dropped our mid-season rankings, to where there's like a new top 10. Last week was kind of like the monthly report, so I didn't do the top 10 on there. Maybe I'll add that next month at the beginning of August for the July report. I'll put in how the top 10 guys did over the course of the month. Might have some new guys there if we have some graduations by then. So we'll have some new guys kind of slide in. Some notables. Florentino, I talked about him a little bit in the 10 observations and how it feels like he's kind of shifting to a power over hit thing. No issue with that, really. But he hit 300, 417, 750 with 3 home runs and then 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Christian Curtis was roughed out last week. Ended up with an ERA over 12. Gave up 8 earned runs over 5 2/3, and it was over 2 starts. Valdez, obviously Valdez, that we talked about him previously on podcast and whatnot. He had a big week. Went 11 for 29 with 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Power starting to show. Had a rough game on Sunday, but with how good everything's gone, I think we can kind of give a pass on it. It will be worth watching though, because the strikeouts are still kind of high with it. Easton Carmichael, 333, 320, 628, 2 home runs, 6 RBI, a double. Murph Gray, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 240 average. There were some strikeouts this week. He definitely kind of seemed like he was extending himself a little bit to try to get some power to damage the ball. Kind of would like to see him get back to doing his thing and the quality contact and just let the power come a little bit more natural. And then Seth Hernandez, part of me wants to say that the start was definitely better than the final line was. He gave up 5 earned runs on 8 hits and a walk, struck out 7 over 3 2/3. Gave a big home run right at the end of it that kind of sunk him. But there's some moments. He picked off 2 runners, almost got a third. That's really encouraging to see. Threw some nice changeups, threw some nice breaking balls. The fastball command was a little bit better, at least to start. Starting to wane on him a little bit towards the end. So, strong week. Like I said, I would say things are definitely favoring the hitters in the system. We'll kind of see if that kind of sticks true for the rest of the year. We'll see if, there's some pitchers that are kind of showing signs of, and I had mentioned this previously, where kind of the breakout guys are at, and we're kind of seeing that with a Navarro and even someone maybe like a Hiker Garcia. If he keeps showing that he can throw 4 or 5 innings at a time and take that next step in developing as a starter, that's kind of a guy that's just out of nowhere, right? Interesting system. Good week for a lot of the players. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Remember, head on over Bucks on Deck Substack. If you're coming here from a podcast thing or YouTube, Bucks on Deck Substack, daily content on the entire Pirates organization. We talk about the majors, minors, from AAA all the way down to the Dominican. A lot of the information you're not going to find anywhere else. This week we'll be going into a lot of draft stuff. Early next week will be very draft heavy related. Be sure to come back, check those out. Check out the YouTube channel. We got videos uploading every week. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later.